My name is Day9.
And I'm Rob Simpson.
And it is time for AHGL Week 3 Game 3 between Palantir and Epic. And right now, everything is on the line. In the bottom left, his team up 2-0. From Team Epic, it is USKC.
And over in the lower right-hand corner, playing as the pink Protoss, we have the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the ever-wonderful Tristan, playing as Mantra.
That is correct. Mantra from Team Palantir. Ever heard me talk about Tristan in the daily at any point ever? Well, this is him, and he is forced to win it for his team. There is going to be absolutely no solution.
So he will either hang his head in shame after this. Not only will his co-workers absolutely despise him, but you will ban him as your friend, because that's just how things work.
I mean, there's only 2 lunch tables at Palantir, and if he's disallowed from sitting at both of them, he's going to be doing a lot of standing during lunch hour.
I was just going to say he's going to starve. So Mantra getting out there, placing that first pylon, he is going to be scouting around, man. And now we've got the mental battle in our heads as to whether or not to call him Mantra or Tristan.
Well,
I don't expect having to deal with decisions like this, Sean.
I'm going to be calling him Tristan more often than off. It looks like Tristan is planting down that pylon at the front of his base, wants to go for an early expand, but this is a very difficult position to defend. If you can do it properly, you can wall this off with a few buildings. You might need an extra pylon, but it's going to be quite tough.
Well, it's Tristan. He's perfectly capable. And over here we do see USKC has also taken an expansion of his own.
Looks like, oh no, oh wow, boldly going hatch, then double drone, and it looks like Tristan, did he even manage to see that the expansion was down? He is going to do the loop around, he's clicking on these minerals to make sure he doesn't get surrounded and picked off, but oh, it looks like he knows that the expansion's up. Uh-oh, will he begin the cannon rush? Oh, with his team at 0-2, everything on the line in this match, he is going to be cannon rushing. But this can be an extremely effective way to take down a hatch first. Many Zerg players say that they can't hatch first anymore because the cannon rush is so potent, so difficult to stop. But with these 2 probes coming on in, looks like Tristan doing some nice control micro. Oh, and there's the cannon going down, nicely nestled in that backside. It looks like the second probe swinging in from the opposite corner. More cannons going down.
Oh, wow. And this awesome cannon placement makes it so that that surface area is just so hard for the drones to deal with this early. This is absolutely how you have to punish a greedy Zerg.
Oh, it's a brilliant job. The double probe harassment with the 3 combat cannons. USKC's hatch does finish. It looks like he only has enough to build 4 Zerglings. Oh, USKC pulled off far too many drones, and it looks like he is spending the rest of his money taking an expansion as quickly as he can. And now looks like USKC may even lose this Overlord. No, Tristan cleverly cancels one of those cannons and is now running the risk of having units walk directly into his main. Oh, no!
I know. Having absolutely no defenses at his base. Fortunately, those Zerglings were delayed for possibly what could have been just long enough to buy him a little bit of time. Now he will be able to block off that extra space with those 2 probes if necessary. You can see him starting to move his probes over there as well. It will buy him, hopefully, just enough time for that cannon to live. No.
Oh, and it looks like he's going for a block of his own. It looks like he loses 1 probe. He does manage to deflect. He needs just a few more seconds, but these are combat probes. They will not be thwarted easily. And it looks like going back to mine. Oh, accidentally letting him slip up into the main base. But fortunately, the combat probes are more than comfortable having a little bit of training before they go back to mining. I don't know if this drone is tempted to build a proxy hatch, but all the Zerglings did pop for the Epic Zerg USKC.
Ooh, and so Mantra, we can see Tristan has come out just a little bit ahead. It's actually looking pretty good for Palantir. This is a solid opening. Not only did he kill USKC's expansion, but he also was able to defeat a couple drones and really just overall delay him and shake up his game.
Looks like down in the bottom, USKC does have an Overlord that can pierce into the main at any point in time and check what is going up, and it looks like 2 is oftentimes greater than 1.
It tends to be.
Allowing those 2 probes to take out that 1 drone. Looks like
that's a full wall.
Mantra from Team Palantir, a.k.a. Tristan, now building that first Zealot. Let's see what strategy he decides to do. He knows his opponent is split via creep and is doing an aggressive job scouting out all the possible bases.
Man, there's just so many places that Tristan can hide awesome pylons as well with his opponent expanding to that position, because it's just so hard for him to really do anything terribly effective, because moving units out from your main all the way around the ramp, because he's probably not going to have time to kill the rocks. It's just so cumbersome. Oh, and he's staying active with his scouting, or doing something sneaky.
Well, at this point in time, you think to yourself, I'm so ahead as Protoss. I mean, I checked this expansion. It's not really that far up. I know he doesn't have his natural expansion up yet. I just have to make sure that there's no dumb expansions being planted somewhere on the map. At this point in time, it's so unusual for Zerg to go for that, but if he's so far behind, why not give it a shot? And it looks like, it looks like Tristan is going to be going for some early Zealot pressure. He's adding on more gateways. He's chrono boosting his forge and the gateway as well.
And this is something that should really be done much, much more often, right? Sending out just a couple hundred minerals worth of units to just mess with your opponent. Because if he gets absolutely any kills, not only is he messing with the mining time, but now he's also going to be able to get over there and, well, yep, see, able to kill one of the drones, might get a second one. Oh, wow, and that queen is getting very low. Only 30 HP remaining. Oh, this could be a huge one that does not pull away the queen. And he gets another drone. He just traded 2 zealots for a queen and 2 drones.
And you know, I do think that that was an incredible micro play there by USKC, picking off the first Zealot and a half, losing only a single drone, but took his eyes away at the last second. He was busy trying to eliminate these photon cannons, and Tristan just keeping up the pressure, relentless.
Wow, and we can see all of those drones are now forced to pull away back to their Roach backup, and USKC, oh, he's got an uphill battle ahead of him. Man, and Tristan.
And it looks like +1's finishing. The warp gate is now done. No, it's not. It's not done. The warp gate is now done, and there's the warp gate starting to warp on in. Mantra continuing to increase his worker count.
And now there's going to be a great window of opportunity for Mantra right now, because he is going to be able to warp in a lot of units very quickly, and going to be double good if USKC tries to push Mantra as well, because his units are so far out of position that if he's able to get a few Zealots and a couple additional Stalkers, maybe a Sentry or 2 out in there, it's going to be looking real good.
USKC starting to gain some momentum. He's starting to get that layer tech up. He desperately wants to get to that extra special Roach speed tech, but it looks like Tristan is not going to let that happen, starting to move in to that natural expansion with these destructible rocks down. Oh, the Zerglings out of position as well, and not a single amount of defense in sight at the third, and with these Overlords falling, USKC is in a world of hurt.
Ouch, and that's a 3 Overlords were just picked off in quick succession. He doesn't even have 3 in production to replace them, and I just really don't know if USKC is going to be able to hold this off. He has so few units, he's not going to be able to build additional ones. We're still going to see Tristan warp in additional reinforcements and ultimately continue to macro behind and also advance his tech. There is an Immortal being made as well. He's finishing his ground upgrades. It's looking nice.
Trying not to give his opponent any edge at all, and desperately trying to keep this forward pylon alive. This is a great spot, and it looks like the target fire may very well take it down. He picks off the Roach, and with some nice recontrol firing, and he left 1 Zealot at the expansion to try to take it down. Amazing play right there. I was worried I was going to go back, see a full mining base, and I'd have to open up Skype and message Tristan and say, tune in, because I'm frowning at you right now. But instead, taking down the hatch, an excellent play.
And now Tristan's pushing up that ramp. We can see Mantra for Palantir is starting to get up there and pick off additional Overlords. Ouch! As we see those Overlords drop left and right, it's only furthering the amount behind that KC currently is. He's getting out there with some of his Roaches, but this could be the bitter end.
Oh, there's the good game! It looks like Tristan managed to successfully bring his team from a potential undefeated 3-0 to a still on game point 1-2.
Yes, sir. And he was able to finally get his team on the boards.
What this means is that we are now heading on to game 4, where the contenders will be Crabtastic from Epic versus Shawnee Elite from Palantir. Will Shawnee Elite have what it takes to take this series to 3-1 for his... let me try that again. Does Crabtastic have what it takes to give the win to Epic? Or will Shawnee Elite pull the miracle victory, bringing it to a miracle game point game 5? Let's find out after this